Hi everybody, I'm Robert Kennedy, coming to you with the latest update on Unbridled, the passion, performance, and politics behind America's favorite pony car. It released July 28th, 2023 at the Mustang Club of America's MCA National in Indianapolis. We did 1,500 copies. Of those, the first 100 copies were actually done without a photo of John Force racing his NHRA drag car, and with white end sheets, whereas we had planned blue end sheets. Those are the pages that actually attach the hardcover to the rest of the book. The idea had originally been to have this blue end sheet that actually looks sort of like aged leather. We did blue with white, blue end sheets with a white cover to kind of bring back the idea of the Ford oval. And we wanted it to look like aged leather, like a well-worn driver's seat of a car. That was the idea. But those first 100 books, we couldn't do that because when we ordered them from New York, the shipment was damaged. Most of the papers were now bent and crumpled and all this, and we needed to make the Indianapolis deadline, so we went ahead and printed these first 100 with white end sheets. The next 500 did get the John Force photo. We had been in negotiations with JFR and with NHRA to get permission for the photo. So once we did, we inserted that photo into all future copies of the book, but the blue end sheets still did not appear in those next 500. So the first 600 were all done with white end sheets, because once we did get undamaged end sheets, it's an almost 400-page book. It's 372 numbered pages plus 14 or so pages before that for the acknowledgments and the foreword and the prelude and all this, the prologue. So it's a very heavy book, and when we would actually lift the back and front covers up and just let the paper hang down, the blue paper was tearing. So we actually had to reorder from New York thicker, heavier paper. So those 500 were also done with the white end sheets. But then the remaining 900, because we did 1,500 total, were able to be printed with the new, heavier, all hand-laid, these are hand-laid covers, end sheets. So we've now sold the first just shy of 650. So we have just over 850 copies left. This is my in-home warehouse. These are every single copy of Unbridled left. It has been selling well. We could certainly use any help that you can offer in getting the word out to your friends, to your family, to your club members. Maybe it's your Mustang or Ford club. I am running advertisements on Mustang Times Magazine, half-page ad in the magazine, and on Facebook and Instagram. Those are updating each week, and even right now, by the way, through the holidays, we are offering free shipping. And if you use promo code 1964, you'll get an additional $19.64, see, Mustang 1964, off of the book. So it's a pretty good deal. It isn't the cheapest book. As I said, we're talking premium materials, hand-laid covers. Every copy is signed by me before I let it go, and every copy is actually made 100% right here in the US of A. I had a lot of pressure to make it in China. We could have sold it for cheaper if we made it in China, but I'm a patriotic kind of guy, and it's Mustang. Seriously, it ought to be made in the US of A, even if that raises the price a bit. So that's what we did. It is something I'm very proud of, and something that's been getting tremendous reviews from everybody that's read it. Go to unbridledmustangbook.com and go to the reactions page. You'll see just an enormous number of real reader feedback about how much they love the book and how it's exceeded their expectations. There are also several places everywhere from my old high school to the Mustang Owners podcast with John Clore and Mike Ray that have taken the time to interview me about the book and all this. Bill Hall from Open Road magazine, in fact, was so cool. He's got an upcoming article with excerpts from the book coming up that he even, as a thank you gift to me, shared this Ford prototype and functional build material 5.0 fender badge from the 2024 S650 Mustang program. He said he was given this by an anonymous source following the Gen 7 reveal, and having read the book and been so impressed by it, he thought that I might appreciate this, which I genuinely do. Super cool. Right up there with the 25 more years pin that Ron Muccioli gave me, that he and John Coletti had these made up back in 1989 as they tried to secure funding for what would become the SN95 Mustang program. This being the last one of those still left in existence and undistributed. So Ron, I had interviewed a lot for the book, and he was so appreciative of the way that I'd done it, so impressed by it that he gave me this. Also, I've gotten to meet a lot of really cool people, everybody from Vaughn Gittin to Steve Saline, Art Hyde, one of the chief engineers of Mustang that I've been a real fan of a lot of stuff that he did. Got to meet him at World Headquarters. Janine Bay and several others from the SVT group. So it's been a good experience so far. I do have a whole lot more planned for 2024 with the Unbridled book tour. Planning on definitely making it to Mustang Memories and to the Krieger Ford extravaganza in Ohio. Most likely going to be at Sturgis, at the Carlisle Nationals, at Ponies and Smokies, at Mustangs on the Mississippi, hopefully the big Mustang 60th bash at Barber Motorsports, all sorts of places. The Des Moines MCA National, hopefully going to be there. So it should be a lot of fun, but in the meantime, I thought I would maybe even make some videos, some new short videos, maybe 10 minutes or so, similar to kind of a condensed version of that Adapt or Die, the Mustang 2 story, which was a much longer video that I did that even grabbed John's attention over at Ford Performance, that he suggested, that was really good, you should write a book. So without that documentary and John's reaction, I never would have written this. So I might make some short versions of videos like that for each generation based on the chapters in this book and using some of the photography from this book. So watch the channel. Those might be coming. If I have time, I'd be more than happy to do that. I think it'd be a lot of fun. But what I will definitely do in the meantime, over the coming weeks, is read some excerpts from the book, which I thought I would do now. We'll just start earlier in the book and then move toward the end. Maybe one or two excerpts per chapter here. So from the Gestation chapter, which is everything previous to the production Mustang going into production. Talking now here about the Mustang 1 concept car from 1962. And so, as the United States teetered on the brink of nuclear war with the Soviet Union during the Cuban Missile Crisis of October 1962, Ford's new two-seat Mustang prototype and an engineless fiberglass replica began an 18-month tour of racetracks, car shows, and college campuses across the country, promoting total performance. Like the Cobra before it, it was featured on multiple magazine covers and earned high praise among journalists. Car and Driver would even declare it the most pleasant surprise of 1962. So successful was the Mustang that although Ford had absolutely no plans to produce it, the public clamored for it anyway. Mr. Lunn even delivered a presentation to the Society of Automotive Engineers, comparing its engineering and features to those of the Mustang's would-be rivals from Porsche, Alfa Romeo, MG, and others. And in a lesser-known twist of fate, the concept would even serve as Lunn's inspiration while developing the GT40 race car that would soon rival Ferrari at Le Mans. Ford finally had its concept car to legitimize their total performance brand promise. Now they needed a production car capable of keeping it. Obviously, that would lead into the 1965 production Mustang. So, again, Unbridled, passion, performance, and politics behind America's favorite pony car. I hope that if you've already ordered it, you're enjoying it. If you've not, don't hesitate. Get online, unbridledmustangbook.com, order your copy, plus free shipping, plus save 1964 with the promo code 1964 between now and the end of the calendar year. And hopefully we'll see you on the road in 2024.